Spain anymore, but that's where Bill Gates was.
They're probably worth twice as much as Spain now.
we're not getting into that. Okay, and this is you know, about Bill Gates and his life. So I put this all up on. I'm a real advocate of SlideShare and AuthorStream and all of these, so you can go through the presentation yourself. The Facebook, very American. Facebook was not Mark Zuckerberg's first. Is he an innovator, or did he just steal the thing? I have questions up to you guys. There's a lovely on my blog, if you want to write this down, internetsense.tv, my personal blog as opposed to my company blog. There is an illustration, a sort of 4 or 5 minute video of Steve Jobs talking about, not just about who he is and how he got things done, but how he had a touch with death very recently, and he sort of was saying, I might die tomorrow, but if you're going to die tomorrow, today's a good day to start all of this stuff that we're trying to do. So in order to succeed, you must learn to deal with failure. Be prepared to be disappointed. Well, hold on a second. You all shouted out courage and determination and smart and all of them. Well, you didn't actually, because it's late in the day and I sort of made them all up. But, I don't have any of those things, or I have very, very few of them. I do have great passion. I do have some nice ideas. I do have some people who help me. You talked about the team, and what a fabulous presentation to talk about a team and not having a team and working with a team and so on. I have lots of people who help me. There are half a dozen people sitting close to me here today who helped me along the way. Stephen helped me like you would not believe a few months ago, and I also met his dad, which was a pleasure. Why? Because he wanted to help me. He's not a man who wants to force all his stuff. Yes, he wants to get his information out there, but he helped me because he's just a decent lad. I don't know him, but I do now, and that's great to see. Entrepreneurs, smart, this is the list that you should have been looking at earlier. Smart, well-connected, well-educated, driven, committed, leadership, dynamic, stubborn. Okay, that's where we see entrepreneurs. I'm not an entrepreneur. I am a starter. I'm somebody who gets things started. Okay, I started my business a couple of years ago. It really started to lift off last June, July, August time. And I can't tell you, some of the people in the room know already, but my business, Match Me in Ireland Limited, in July, August, September, is going to go from here to here, hopefully to there, and there's a certain thing happening which is just fabulous for me. Alongside, because we're a sporting company, all the Premiership football starts again in August, and ice hockey and all of the different sports we're associated with. But my business, hopefully, Niall spoke about the tipping point and Malcolm Gladwell. When I gave my presentation for the money, I talked about a rocket heading off into space, hitting a tipping point and heading off into space. That is September for me, or hopefully anyway. I'll tell you again better in October. I'm a starter. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm somebody who gets things started. A person, sorry, a starter is a person who gets things started. If you haven't read it, there's a lovely book on Amazon. It's like 6 or 8 quid. It's called Rework. It's like 200 pages. I read it in 2 days. Some of that tipping point thing took me about 4 months. Got through it, quite liked it. Outliers as well, nice enough book, but it took me a while. The Rework thing, I absolutely ate it up. And the reason I ate it up was it talks about the 20 or 30 problems you have in all of your businesses. And what it says is, here's the solution, here's the solution, Now, once you've read that page and a half of that solution that's in Rework, you have 2 choices. You can agree with the page and a half solution, or you can disagree. I agreed with most of them and and had to rethink my business and my business decisions on the half a dozen different things that I didn't agree with. Everybody in this room, I think, falls into the Rework category in terms of how you do business and a team without a team, and online and promoting your business, and the Google guys just fit, the SEO guys fit absolutely perfectly into that book. I would recommend it. I should actually have some link that makes me a few quid on our website. So my advice, start planning. People ask me, when's the best time to start a business? The best time to start a business is now. Okay, you might be in a job, you might be looking to, as Nicola said earlier, she has a good business and she's sort of starting something else for the future to keep the line rolling. The best time to start a business is now. Start preparing, start saving, start convincing, and probably or possibly, most importantly, start connecting. I don't need to tell you guys that that's the way to go. How do you do that? guys in this room know. LinkedIn, professional networking. Twitter, because you can get your message out there. Trying to think of the terminology, and I'm trying to think, is it your man? Seth Godin, another man that I was friendly with. He talks about sneezers. And 20 years ago, if I went to a nice restaurant, I'm a sneezer, I would have told 19 people that it was a nice restaurant, and those 19 people, probably 10 or 12 of them would have gone to that restaurant sometime over the next 6 months. I currently have, it was as good, bad, or indifferent, I currently have 555 followers on Twitter, and I have 700 or so mates on Facebook. I'm now a connector. Somebody mentioned in one of the presentations earlier. I'm now a connector. 60 people do what I tell them, okay? If I tell them it's a lovely day and we're all going to the park, 60 people go and do that. Whether that's a good thing, a bad thing, you know, I don't know, but 60 people do what I tell them. Now, how mad are they? How mad are they? Why? Because I got started into the LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook thing, which most of you people in the room are. Possibly the most important slide, the most important thing that I'd say today, find great people to help you get started. I don't need to tell you guys that that's where we are, and all the people in this room, if you're staying this time of the day on what's been a very long day, you're already a great person, and I thank you for staying. But find great people who are going to want to help you, they're going to give to help you, and in return, give a wee bit of yourself to help them. Make your startup central. Don't just say I do it on Tuesday afternoons. It has to be the central focus in your life, and work hard. Again, somebody said this, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said this earlier, work hard, work very hard, and work smart. Try to do something different to your competitor. And I'm a bit like Nicola as well. I must have just taken in your hole. I'm a bit like Nicola as well, in that I don't have any direct competitors. I'm competing for, in my industry, probably child's pocket money, so they could spend it in sweets, they could spend it on comics, they could spend it on my products. So that's my competitor, is trying to steal children's money is where I'm at. So you need to work smart to make that work for you. Have faith and believe in yourself. I wrote a blog post recently. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go on it. It's all about belief. It's all about believing in yourself. 2 years ago, I didn't believe I could start a company. I didn't believe I could convince one businessman to give me £100,000. I convinced 5 or 6, and I had to turn some of them down. The next stages and steps that I have in my business, I don't believe I can do them myself. So I've got to have lots of belief to get over that stage and that hurdle. What I'm saying to you, I'm not preaching to you in any way here, take the road less taken, or least taken. When you've got 2 paths to go by, take the odd path, the strange path, the different path. Try not to take the conventional path. The reason being is everybody's taking the conventional path. It's full. There's a lot of people not going anywhere, and there's some people coming back the other way. Go down the other road and do something different. Take the alternative path. Become a starter. Start something now. When you get home, start something now, new and different, and perhaps change the world. Thank you very much.
Great presentation. If you could have done something, knowing where you are now, if you could have done something different, what would have been the biggest thing you would have done different?
I'm very glad you asked that. I've never done that presentation before, so I don't know, it's good or bad or different. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. I was telling the boys at lunch I want to do another presentation called, and here's Catherine, just as a, don't let the bastards grind you down, right? which I'd love to share some of your experiences in enterprise agencies and my friends at Invest Northern Ireland and so on. If I had something to do differently, I just wouldn't have bothered with the whole going to these people and just, you know, the whole journey. I've been turned down 4 times, and you know, you have to have a lot of faith and a lot of belief you know, to keep going. If I had it all to do again, I would either not have gone near any of the enterprise agencies or any of these people, because somebody said, when you go to your thing, do not tell them you're going down the freemium level, because you're going to have to explain freemium to them, right? And then they're going to put you in an odd box. They've got all these boxes. You're going to get even order. You're going to get even order. So that's one of the things. If I'm giving you advice, I don't know whether I'm allowed to give you advice or whatever, the